Hello, ladies, unveiling she tribe, women, kick-ass ladies. I am very thrilled to be here tonight, as you guys can probably pick up. Very passionate about what we're going to be talking about tonight because it has to do with reclaiming your spiritual nature and tapping into your intuition, learning the language of your soul, you know, all that really good stuff. And utilizing the tools that Mother Nature, the universe, has created for us to use. Like I keep saying, we don't have to do this alone. There is so many tools and ways that we can learn the language of our soul and help us unfold in this journey so that we can step in to our divine gifts, who we are at a soul level, and start living our life with ease, grace, and flow, all that wonderful stuff. And this system behind me has really helped me. But it's not just about the system that I'm going to be talking about. I want you to, well, guess what? I'm going to take it a step further. We're going to go deeper. And I love that, if you haven't noticed. Because I want you to understand yourself as an energetic being and how understanding energy and who you are as an energetic being and the levels of consciousness that we embody in our human body. Knowledge is power, and understanding this will change your life. All of this stuff is going to change your life. And if you start to embody and be curious about what I'm about to say, and take it into your life and start playing with it, I guarantee that your life will change, and it will become just, you never would have been able to understand what it could be like, because our mind cannot wrap our minds around the beauty of a soul-led life. So let's get into it. Hi, Nikki. Oh, yay, Nikki's here. I love Nikki. She's one of my soul sisters that has helped me be this lady I am right now. So I love you. Okay. So, Aura-Soma. Aura-Soma is the window to your soul. You are the colors you choose, and those colors reflect your being's needs. Now, before I get into Aura-Soma, I want to elaborate on what that means and why would that work. Well, that's because we are energetic beings, like I talked about before, and we have an aura, a bioenergetic field that is always there, because we're energy and they cannot be created or destroyed. So we have this energetic field, we're this energetic body, and there's all these different layers to our aura, and we have within us a divine blueprint of the signature energies that we chose to bring to earth, to embody and unfold and bring and be of service with, and bring to, you know, like bring to life, bring to the world. So we have this energetic blueprint that lives within, and like I said, we have this aura field. And another good thing to know is, like angels or ascended masters, universe, God, whatever word you choose to use, past loved ones, they don't, if they choose to come visit or find us, they don't call out your name. Like, where are you? Nikki, Nikki, where are you, Nikki? Janelle, where are you? They don't look for us by name. They know us by our signature, which is our energy, because that's really who we are. So when we start to understand that we have that signature, and we start just whoosh, putting it all over the place, that's when life gets exciting. So you need to understand that you have an aura to you, an energetic blueprint. And when you're stepping into who you are, you will notice people saying you're glowing, like oh my God, your energy is so light and bright, because you're literally exuding that energy off that is you. And we know how when you walk into a room, we're always using this energy, because we are energy, and we become so desensitized to how we use energy every day that we don't realize it. We're very unconscious of the power of who we are. So you all know when you walk into a room and it's like this beautiful spa, relaxing room, or like one of your girlfriend's houses that's just all warm and cozy and you just never want to leave, and it just has like her cozy hugs, like you just want to stay there. Well, it's the energy, right? So we pick up on that immediately when we walk into a room. The room doesn't talk to us and go, hey, I'm a cozy room, by the way, I want to tell you this. It's something we intuitively pick up on. So that is your intuition always working for you. We just don't pay attention to it. We don't realize it. And you also know the same feeling when you walk into an environment that's very dry and like, I always say hospitals, because hospitals are very sterile. There's not a lot of feeling. It's very bleh, bleh. So that's the opposite. So we're always using this energy of who we are and navigating with that. And it goes with people too. So you're attracted to people that are very authentic, people that are just light and they're transparent, right? It's so nice to be around transparent people. You don't have to guess what the fuck's going on in their mind. It's like, oh, you're a fresh breath of air. Okay, so, but they don't say that to you when you walk into a room. You just pick up on it, right? So that is how we are. This is how we interact with everything, you guys. Everything, everything, everything. Start paying attention to how we show up every day and how you show up and read people, because we're intuitive. We're doing it all the time. And we also know when someone is very grumpy or negative or in a bad place, and you can feel that energy and you're not quite sure about them. You can't ever really read them. That's another part of how we're energetic beings. And within going into that, since we have an aura around us, we have different colors in our aura. And a more stable aura is going to be more round and perfect. And when we're out of balance and we've been ignoring things, we'll have disturbances in our aura. And if you looked at the pictures that I put on online before you are joining this, you can see I have some aura pictures, and you can see an aura that is perfect, not perfect, but you know, full and round. And then the other ones have these gaps in these disturbances in the aura. And what happens is when we have traumas in our life, there are energies that get disturbed that correlate to those situations. So we have these gaps in our auric field, in our energetic body, and they leave a mark. Like, if there's all kinds of science and technology now that you can see in your auras, and that's what I took pictures of and put on the comments before I posted this. So it's proof of it. Some people need to hear that and see that, but there is proof of the aura, and when you are unhealthy, it mimics out into your auric field. What really happens though is we have these disturbances, these traumas that happen, and when we ignore them, they manifest, these disturbances manifest into the physical body, and they come out as illnesses or sickness or a physical ailment or an emotional, mental stability. So if you can wrap your mind around that, I'm going to try to go through this as quickly but potently as possible. This is very important to understand and think about yourself in that way, because we're energetic beings. We have an aura, which is really cool, isn't it? Love auras. So now that we have that out of, let me just see, make sure I got everything. So now that I've kind of mentioned that, I'm going to kind of go in and out of like who we are and how Aura-Soma is going to help. So when we're out of balance and we have these traumas that live within the aura, that's where Aura-Soma comes in. And you can see these square bottles. I actually have one up here. This is actually called an equilibrium bottle. So it's going to help us balance ourselves. Now, I'm not going to go any further than that. Just remember that. Equilibrium bottles is going to help balance these energetic disturbances, traumas that live at a soul level, okay? So remember that. And this whole system is made from crystal, plant, and color energies. And the reason why that is important, you might think, well, so crystal, color, and plant energies are the most stable energies that you can really find. So it's a divine gift that nature provides. It has, like, nature has all kinds of magical nuggets everywhere. We just are desensitized again. So this is basically a very ancient knowledge of what has been created. It's the most amazing system, and it's very ancient because we're made of energy, right? And energy's been around for who knows how long, we don't even know. So this is like to the core. This is to the core of the fabric of everything. If you look into like the university microscope, it all comes down to frequency, wavelength, energy, and color is a form of that, and so is crystals, and so is plant energies and oils and stuff. They're those molecular structures, if again you get into a university microscope, is very stable and very perfect in their the molecular structure. So it goes kind of into sacred geometry. See, I could go on forever, you guys, but there's so much to this. That's why it's so powerful. So if you look into a microscope and you see that perfect structure, then it also in turn gives off a very potent frequency and vibration, and it's very stable. And us being energetic beings, humans with emotions, we're very unstable. We're always changing. We're always, we're not consistent. So by surrounding yourself by these tools that are very perfect in their frequency and their stableness, it'll help us tune up our imbalances. You guys getting all this? I know I'm going at ya, but this I will be obviously elaborating a lot more in Unveiling She, but I want to give you a tidbit because this is going to be something I do every week. I want you guys to understand, and I want you to understand how magical you are. You're magicals. So equilibrium bottles are part of Aura-Soma. Remember, imbalances, equilibrium bottle is going to help balance because of the beautiful structure of plants, crystals, and color. Moving forward. Here we go. It's another layer, guys. Also, Aura-Soma and us, we have chakras. So, ooh, I don't think you can see that. There you go. So these are the chakra points that live within the body. There's 7 different ones in the body. There's actually other ones that extend above and below. We're not going to get into that today. But chakras are a very important tool that you can use to understand and start to listen to your natural intelligence of your body that always is talking to you. It's always talking to you for us to work with it, and we ignore it. We pop a pill and tell it to shut the fuck up, and we don't listen to why a specific area is chattering at you or giving you a feeling or a sickness or a pain, or maybe it's the opposite and you're really enlightened in that area. It's a tool, okay? Aura-Soma is using, it's all about color, and this is color. So it uses that entangled with or intertwined with your chakras as well. So you get a lot of information from this system, and I haven't even started really yet getting into it. So there's more. Chakras, energetics, aura. Got it? Okay. So here we go again, going deeper. All right, so energetic beings, but we are human. And when we are human, we have, you hear consciousness used a lot. We have all these different levels of consciousness. And again, knowledge is power. So this is going to help you understand you and not feel so lost and like just a victim that you almost kind of feel like you're not the center of your universe. You are the victim of the environment around you. And that is why I keep telling and saying and wanting you to reclaim the authority of your spiritual nature and be the center of your universe, because then you're in the middle, and what you are reflects, right? So you're a reflection of who you are, and that's how colors work, that's how you choose the colors, because it's a reflection of you. So when you're the center of your own universe, your world mimics that. So knowing your consciousness will help you have more knowledge in organizing that for you. So we're going to go over like the 4 levels of consciousness as quick as I can. It starts, the first one I want to go with is your higher self. Now your higher self is your God essence, your divine truth, your spirit nature. It is the higher self knows everything about you from this lifetime and past, your past lifetime. It knows everything about you, and it knows what's best for you, and it is always working with you and always communicating with you. But unless you become aware and start to believe, trust, and tap into your higher self, you're kind of just flailing around, right? Like you're the girl in the ocean with a life vest, and you're just like, shit, I'm just gonna float around and let the waves take me because I got nothing. Instead of putting your ass on a boat and start using your internal compass to get you on land. So higher self is always there to help you. So we just got to learn to tap into that. So remember higher self, because the next level of your consciousness is your conscious level. And what that is you right here, right now, being aware, watching me talking about this. You're aware right now, you're apparent, like you know what's going on around you, you're conscious. So that is your conscious self. Going deeper, we're going into your subconscious self. Now your subconscious self is like when you're riding a bike or you're driving your car. It's something you can do without thinking about it. You just kind of go on autopilot. Have you ever driven somewhere and like ended up the wrong place and you didn't know it until you got there? That's your subconscious was taking over, and it was just, you're in autopilot, you didn't even really realize it, but yet you knew you were driving. So that's what your subconscious is. And here's the one that keeps us stuck in life, in these looped patterns, is your unconscious self. Now your unconscious self doesn't know the difference between the past and the present. It thinks it's all happening now. It doesn't know the difference. So everything is always happening now. And so your unconscious self isn't aware that you're not going to die every minute. And your unconscious self is also known as your ego. You hear that too. It is working for you. I don't think we should hate our unconscious self. There's a lot of that going on. And if it's not necessarily you need to hate your ego or despise your ego and push against it, because that's just going to give you more resistance. It's more about understanding your ego and that it is helping you in some way, shape, or form, but we need to take authority of when we will take that advice from the ego. And the ego, unconscious self, is really helpful when we're like literally going to die. We're in an unsafe situation. That's when we can let those instincts, like warning, help us. But we don't need that all the time. It's just the ego does not know that. It doesn't know it. So it's always on like this overdrive. And that's where, when we're not aware, the traumas, like I talked about, the disturbances in your energy field, they are going to try to protect you. They're going to try to tell you to not move forward from a soul-based place, because last time you did that, you got fried at the stake. Or last time you did that, you spoke up, you got made fun of in school. Or last time you did that, you fell down in a ladder or something, you know, just something like that. But it's always something like where it's triggering this instant like fear, like, oh my God, I might die. But your soul is pulling you, and you know that that's the way to go. So it's not really that you're in danger when your soul is taking you somewhere. It would, excuse me, water break. It would never take you somewhere that you're going to be in danger. But your unconscious self doesn't know that. So for instance, if you like going live on Facebook, there's a lot of fear that bubbles up from going live on Facebook. But are you going to die if you go live on Facebook? No. So that's when you know your unconscious self is overriding your higher self, your soul. It's overriding and it's flaring up because maybe you were persecuted in the past if you're a healer, or for speaking your truth, or being a mystic, or being a prophet, or whatever. Or maybe just as a kid, it can be this lifetime or past lifetime. So we got a lot of shit to work with. The unconscious knows all of that. And it's always trying to prevent us from dying. But I'm not going to die from going live on Facebook. Do you guys understand kind of what I'm saying here? The unconscious self is what Aura-Soma is going to really help you with. Aura-Soma is going to help you because the unconscious self does not know the language of color. So unconscious self, the ego, does not know the language of color. That's like soul stuff. Only the higher self knows frequency, color. It speaks in that. That is the language of spirit, is frequency. And so the colors can help you bypass that ego to get information, and then you'll be working with that equilibrium bottle and putting it on your body to help you tune up and heal and move forward in your life and move through that resistance and turn it into your greatest gift. That is the basis of what Aura-Soma is. Whew. It's a lot, but it's a simple system but very complex. So that is how the system is going to help you. It's going to help you get to those core pieces that we can't figure out because they are in the unconscious self. It's really hard sometimes to tap into that. Can we do it? Yes. It takes a lot of dedication and self-awareness to get through those pieces, and it's usually pushing through the fears where it transforms. Aura-Soma will help you with that and help you, like, you're supported the whole way so that you can move through these fears and unfold in a more graceful way. And it helps prevent us, because our higher self is always going to be working for us. So if we're not awake and we're ignoring this certain pattern that is actually causing us harm in the long run, in the soul's vision and view of you, the universe will bring you something to smack you on the face and wake you up. And the more we ignore, the bigger the boom comes. So by using Aura-Soma, it's going to help you move through and unfold in a more graceful way because you're actually being aware of the work that you're doing, and it's moving you in. So I think of it as, instead of life when you are ignoring, it kind of goes boom, boom, you know, up and down. Aura-Soma kind of just helps you move forward a little more gracefully. And your divine gifts that are residing in your fears become present, and you can start using, and you can start opening up your clairessence and like your intuition in ways you never could have imagined. So this is the gift of what Aura-Soma does. It is the key to unlocking your unconsciousness. It really is. Color is the key to unlock your consciousness. Because like I said, it comes straight through spirit, right from you. It bypasses your ego, so it can't tell you to second guess yourself. And then it goes to the bottle. I'll get into how you would do that in just a second. So, the next. Yes, so Aura-Soma is not just one-sided. It's about balance. So it helps you body, mind, and spirit. It helps you balance body, mind, and spirit. So you have the equilibrium bottle, which is here, is something that you actually would put on your body because this is going to help balance your body. And then we have a pomander, which is going to help with your aura field. Okay, so this is going to help with your emotional mental field. It's your sage for your aura, so that you can move through these emotions that might come up as you're working through some of these traumas. So you can move through them a little more gracefully, and you can cleanse, clear, purify your auric field so that you can be clear, you know, so you can move forward and you're not carrying other people's junk either. So that helps with that. And then you also have the Quintessence, which looks similar, but it's different. And the Quintessence you use further out in your auric field, and that helps you, you can take a bath with all that. Yeah. It helps you bring in the higher aspects of spirit. So it's the like fifth element. So there's fire, air, water, what am I thinking? Fire, air, water, earth. And then there's the ethers, which is spirit. And the quintessence is the highest, purest vibration that you're going to be putting on in your, further out in your auric field with your hands. And that helps to bring in spirit energy to assist you and then help awaken these dormant aspects as well. So you're fully supported. You're taking care of body, mind, and your emotional mental field, which resides about, you know, an inch or so outside of you, and then your astral field. So you're bringing in all these energies so that you can just kick ass in life and move forward. So that's essentially how it works, body, mind, and spirit. And how you get this information is I would ask you 4 different questions, and by the intuition of the pull of your soul, and how, just like I said, when you walk into a room, you know who you're attracted to and pulled to, like those energy, like light, airy people. You use that kind of intelligence to pick your bottles. So after a question, I would ask you the question, and you can look at all the bottles, and there'll just be one that like is calling you. It's like the same kind of calling you have in your heart from your soul. It just whoop, picks you. And then you take the bottle down, and then I ask you the next question, and you do the same thing. You do it 4 times, 4 different questions. And through the end of that, what you get is this screenshot of you. It's soulful information that comes from you. You are the one, the key. You're the one getting the information. And this is why I love Aura-Soma, because it's empowering you, because you're pulling it straight from you. The person that knows it the most is you, right? Versus relying on me or someone else reading you and telling you and having it go through their personality. Oh, excuse me, I'm so dry from talking so much. From having it go through their personality and their life experiences. This goes straight from you to the bottle, and you get your information, and it tells you a story, because the bottles are each specific, each have their own story to tell and their own frequencies, which translate into, like I said, information. So situations, things to pay attention to that I can tell you. I literally read the bottles, and then I tell you what the bottles mean, and then you decipher and listen, and you will. It's so cool when I watch people receive this information, because, hang on one second, because it moves them at a soul level, and it's like tears well up, truth bumps. They start feeling things in their body. I mean, it's like speaking right to your soul, and it's undeniable. It's so beautiful, and it helps bring these pieces of the unconscious self into the conscious awareness, so we can be aware of them, so we can stop these patterns that are keeping us stuck, these fears that are holding us back. So we get all this information about who we are at a soul level, like what is our signature energy, and then we figure out what is like holding us back from stepping into that, and how we can turn that into our greatest gift. And then we learn how what's going on in our life right now, and then we learn the energies that are going to come in and assist you through this. So that is Aura-Soma. And there is more to it, believe it or not. There really is. It has to do with the tree of life. There's also astrology. There's numerology wrapped into all of this. You can go even deeper. You can go so deep and go way back and get a lot of information from what's happened in your past and what caused the scars on your soul, so that you can turn them into your greatest gifts. If you guys, let me just go over really quick. I think I've pretty much got everything that I can in a video that isn't going to take forever. So if you have any questions, please comment below. I'll answer them to the best that I can. If this interests you at all, contact me. I would love to talk to you and see if this would be something you want to try. And of course, I'm doing mentoring on top of that too. Like me and this, like you're gonna move through things. Like I know it because I've done it myself. So if you really want to get through some blocks in your life, because you know you can see it, you can see who you are, and like you just want to be there, but why can't I get there? I can help, or Aura-Soma can help, and this group can help. No matter what you choose, I'm here. I've got a shitload of knowledge, experience, and I'm ready to give it to who needs it, because I want to help you guys be who you are at a soul level and just sparkle everywhere. Right, Lindsay? Right? Woo! All right, that's all I have. Thank you for tuning in. I hope I didn't talk too fast, but there's a lot of information on this, and don't be overwhelmed if it is a lot and you feel like, whoa. It's okay. If I talk to you one-on-one, we can go over things slower. And I just promise you that this is magical. And I know sometimes, like I said, it can be a lot, but it's amazing. It's just amazing. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in. Love you guys. And I'll be back in on Monday. Okay. Bye.